So until recently, the topic of mental health, it really used to be considered off limits at work. But things have changed thanks to this pandemic. And now there's a change in how to approach those conversations about mental health with the people you work with, maybe your boss. Here to talk about that is psychologist and executive coach, Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, Natalie. I'm well. How are you?
All right. So how did the pandemic, we talked about this as changing part of how we talk about mental health?
Yeah, I mean, we've all experienced this collectively. And as a result, we've experienced the trauma, the depression, the burnout, the anxiety that has resulted as a result of the pandemic and its suddenness and its unpredictability. I think we've all sort of realized that we all have mental health. And I think that's been one of the important changes that has occurred.
Yeah, it's been eye-opening because we were all in a new position in life that we never saw coming. The topic of mental health, though, in the workplace, is that something that's here to stay? How can companies kind of prioritize that even after this pandemic? We hope that doesn't go away.
Yeah, I mean, I really do hope it does stay. And I think some of the ways that companies can prioritize it is making sure that they have really solid and strong mental health care benefits, that they have good PTO time, that there isn't penalization for people who do take time off for their mental health. I think it's also important to be talking about mental health in the workplace and issues of burnout, anxiety, all kinds of things. And then also training managers about how to deal with conversations around mental health and their direct reports.
Yeah, and you just mentioned this, talking about it at work. If you're one of those people that are thinking about bringing up the issue of mental health with your boss, but you're just not really sure where to start, what are some ways to help kind of guide that conversation?
Yeah, I think typically if you're going to raise it with your boss, you're looking for either accommodations or support around your mental health issues. And I think the first place to start is through HR, because your mental health, struggles are covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act. And it's really important that you get the protections that you need formally before you have an informal conversation that could go potentially sideways. And I think it's really important to get that protection first. If it does go sideways, it's important to think about the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, where they have a lot of different FAQs about what you can do around your disabilities, around the issues of mental health, and then also how to raise them or how to deal with it.
And the other thing is taking a personal day or a mental health day. How would you breach that? Not over explaining to your boss what you actually need.
Yeah, I think, it's really important to, a lot of people have PTO time. You don't have to have explanations for that. And so I think it's important to be able to use the time where you don't need to give an actual explanation. You don't need to tell anybody, and especially if you have the accommodation taken care of already, to tell anyone what you're using it for. And I think it's important to use it to take care of yourself, to maybe get another session with your therapist, use your tools, your skills, and think about how you're going to return back to work in a way that doesn't exacerbate the stresses that you're feeling.
Yeah, a lot of us dealing with burnout. Psychologist and executive coach Lisa Orbe-Austin, thank you. Looking forward to talking to you, of course, again next week.